move somewhere else. Let's move somewhere that's not quite as destroyed, like Detroit. Come on, guys. Next thing you're going to tell me is that gravity's real. I mean, if gravity's real, why can't I see it? Because if they put me in there, I would have drained it within I would have drained 90% of the battery within 5 seconds. Guys, I don't know. I don't think Mechagodzilla can handle that kind of penetration, do you? We all have opinions. We do. And they are as divisive as the day that we are born. Some people like to think that it's called potato. Some say it's called potato. I say tomato. You say nothing, because that's only the way it's meant to be pronounced, you English swine. But much like everything else, when you have a divisive opinion on something, some people will say that one of their superheroes is the best, and you'll say, no, actually, my hero is the best. What do you do to quell people's decisions on what it is that is actually the best? Well, you put those two things in the ring and let them battle it to the death so that one can prove their superiority. And thank goodness there's a whole ass YouTube channel that's dedicated entirely to that notion called Death Battles, and that is exactly what we're watching today. So why don't you sit back and relax and enjoy, because we're going to be delving into a new death battle. Alrighty, so for a little bit of context for those who are watching live on YouTube, we, a couple of streams ago, had an oopsie. There was a canon event where we started the stream by listening to some Power Rangers music, which led on the most deranged tangent of us spending 6.5 hours delving into Power Rangers themes, Power Rangers series, in me discovering what Kamen Riders is, and all that kind of other nonsense. So suffice to say, I'm a little bit Power Rangers pilled at the moment, so to coincide with that, there's going to be a few videos coming out in the near future that are sort of Power Rangers or Sentai Rangers themed in general. And I thought, what better way to collaborate two colliding thoughts than mashing Mechagodzilla against a Zord from Power Rangers? Because if there isn't something that proves that I'm completely autistic, then my insatiable love for mechs and Power Rangers and Zords at the age of 32. Wait, how old am I again? Dude, I forgot how old I am. Am I 32 or am I 33? I think I'm 32. Anyway, with that midlife crisis aside, let's start the video. I'm gonna make a presumption right off the bat and say that Mechagodzilla is gonna win this hands down.
Benevolent deities or harbingers of doom, dragons.
God. And hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, write down below, what's your favorite generation of Power Rangers?
Like the Dragonzord,
mine was Time Force. Time Force!
And Q,
Time Force!
the dangerous
Power
and mysterious Mechagodzilla.
Rangers!
He's wears an iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to
time.
find out who would win a death battle.
I gotta say, the green Dragonzord was so
fucking
fucking
in a garbage can for 10,000 years, the evil Rita Repulsa was...
Man, you can't be calling me out like that. But my name's not Rita Repulsa, my name's Inky, and even after 10,000 years of being stuck with my community, I still do them the diligent nature of giving them a voice to be heard. Or at least it feels like 10,000 years, but in reality it's only been 5 seconds, because that's how long it feels like spending time around my lovely, lovely, lovely community.
Understandably pretty pissed. So, she decided to destroy the world. Hey, I'd be mad too, but that's a hell of a hot take.
And so Earth's
Do you ever just
guardian
consider the fact that
Zordon
maybe
put
she
a
should
plan
change her
into
attention,
motion.
like attack somewhere
5
that
heroic
isn't
teenagers
Angel
would defend the
Grove?
planet with their Dinozord.
God, could you imagine being somebody who lives in Angel Grove and then just wakes up one day and is like, you know, how about we just move? This city gets destroyed every other weekend and I'm tired of having to rebuild my house every Thursday. Yeah, let's just move somewhere else. Let's move somewhere that's not quite as destroyed, like Detroit.
They were the mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
You'd think a bunch of kids in spandex would have a tough time fighting an ancient witch,
Power
but
Rangers.
they got used to taking out her weekly
Power
monsters
Rangers.
pretty quick, like a normal 9 to 5, just with giant robots.
But
Yeah!
Rita had a plan. If her creatures could not defeat the heroes, she would create her own ranger.
The Green Ranger, along with his robo-reptile, the
Jason,
Dragonzord.
David, Frank, F's in the chat. 07's for that man. Oh my god, it's Godzilla! No, it's not. It's legally distinct Godzilla.
At 90 meters tall and nearly 200 tons, the Dragonzord proved a match for the other Rangers, even their Megazord.
Dragonzord's
so
got
cool.
a heavy-duty arsenal.
Dude,
like
there's just something so charming about those old, like, just people in, like, costumes. Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate, like, the CG that came in later series, But there was something about just these people who were on a set wearing outfits like that. It was so charming.
It's like flicking the gunk from under your nails at people, but it explodes.
Why do you have gunk under your fingers?
You know, at some point in the near future, we're going to be doing a reactionary to every single Power Rangers intro.
That fan isn't just a cool headpiece. It shoots energy waves. And if D-Zord feels like stomping around, watch out for literally shocking Earth.
Real talk, though. Imagine being the person who's inside one of these outfits, having to, like, pretend battle another giant monster. Like, okay, Jimmy, now we need you to pretend to be a dragon that's pretending to be a person that's pretending to be a dragon that's being piloted by another person fighting that other guy who's inside a suit pretending to be a dragon, pretending to be a person, pretending to be a person, controlled by an old hag. No, that's not me.
Quakes.
Despite such long-range weaponry, the Dragonzord seems best suited to fighting up close with its strong grappling arms and highly flexible drill tail.
Dude, that
This
tail.
drill is so impressive.
Cell
It
from
cut
Dragon
through a
Ball Z
cocoon
ain't got
prison
shit
even the
on that
supposedly
tail.
superior Megazord couldn't escape.
Yeah, that thing's 5 Zords in one. Guess teamwork doesn't always make the dream work.
The Dragonzord's pilot has even bested the other Rangers in combat on his own. Luckily, they helped him break free from Rita's control, and he eagerly joined their
There's
fight
something
against
so
the
charming
forces
about,
of
like,
evil.
90s
This
jank
is
CG.
Tommy Oliver.
Tommy wasn't just some rando off the street. This guy is an expert martial artist and super dedicated to ranger work. So much
Give me
so,
old
he
kick
kept
flip.
wearing the tights for years and even mentored other teams. He
Oh,
summons
there
and
he
controls
is.
the Dragonzord with the Dragon Dagger.
Oh my god, Jason David Frank can toot my dagger any day. Wait, what?
By playing it like a flute. Wait, are all knives secretly flutes?
They've never,
I can blow my dagger any day. What? Huh?
not been flutes.
Oh my god, really? Wait a minute, why didn't this come up in poultry science class?
Chickens don't like music?
How stupid do you think I am?
Yeah! How stupid do I look? Come on, guys! Next thing you're gonna tell me is that gravity's real. I mean, if gravity's real, why can't I see it? If gravity's really pulling me down so much, why won't it fight me? I want to be under the belief that if it can't see it, it doesn't exist. Just like my common sense.
Chickens love music! Ah! God, this is what they mean by a sharp note!
As the Green Ranger, Tommy draws power from a universe-spanning energy called the Morphin Grid.
The
His grid
Morphin
connection
what?
powers the Dragonzord.
Damn, dude, I love coming up with random-ass names for chemistry. It's almost like unobtainium!
2, he's a superhero and a battery.
Though like most other Zords, enough damage can disrupt the Dragonzord's connection to the Morphin Grid and take it down for good.
But
Yeah.
good luck trying. The Dragonzord
Dude, this
is
was like
super
anime
strong.
before
He
anime
made
was
short
cool.
work of Rita's monsters and even beat the Megazord,
Thank you
which
for
has
follow,
an
Alistair.
average power output of 50,000 megavolts. That's the same kind of power as a nuclear warhead.
The Megazord was strong enough to punch a 10,000-ton
Cell from Dragon Ball Z? What are you doing in the Power Rangers?
monster about 40 meters off the ground. A punch worth 90 million newtons of force.
The
Jeez.
Big D can even fly past escape velocity and reach the moon. That's over 30 times the speed
Dude, there
of
was just
sound.
something about these
The
designs.
Dragonzord is also extremely
I had
durable,
that- I had these as
possibly more
toys
so
and
than
everything.
any other individual Zord of its generation.
Oh, 90s jank. 90s jank. Jeez. Damn, flip your dinosaur around like that to assert dominance.
The Megazord once threw it into this mountain, which shattered. By comparing the known size of Dragonzord's foot to said mountain and applying the energy necessary for violent fragmentation against rock, we determined the destructive force to be worth more than 300
Dude, that's a lot. Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying? A lot of science. I don't know if you know much about me, but I'm not exactly the most intellectual kind of person. And this seems like a lot. And just tell it to me straight, Doctor. Give it to me in a motif that I, a slime girl from the interdimensional space of the Makari mansion, can understand. Big thing go boom? Big thing go boom! Wow! Big thing go boom! I love when big thing go boom!
50 tons of TNT.
Damn! The big dragon held its own against the upgraded Thunder Megazord, and even
Oh,
one-shot
yeah,
the
that's a
White
thing,
Tiger
right? The
Zord,
Thunder
which was
Megazords?
supposed to
Those
be
are
its
so
better in
cool.
every way.
Ah, yes,
While
nothing
it's
like
unlikely the
capitalistic
Dragonzord could actually
corporatization
defeat
of the
the
world
Thunder
when you're
Megazord on its
a
own.
7-year-old
It certainly
kid that
stands
wants
a
to have
chance
every
with
single
its
Power
ultimate
Rangers toy, and then
form.
your mum and dad say,
That's
no,
right.
we can't
It's
go
got
broke
a
like that.
Megazord mode of its own. While each Power Ranger has their own Zord, there's been a few times when a Ranger has called on other Zords, not to pilot directly, just to combine with theirs.
And so, Tommy can summon
Docking. I love watching Power Rangers dock with each other.
the Mastodon, Triceratops,
Bill S. Kirsten, Theodore and Logan, Alt Spock, The Rock, Doc, Ark, and Hulk Hogan. Every single Power Ranger, Theodore and Logan. But there he came out of nowhere, lightning. Anyway.
and Saber-Tooth Tiger Zords to form Dragonzord Fighting Mode. Or Battle Mode. Or Dragon Megazord.
God,
He's
this
never
was
really
so
settled on
anime.
it.
Well,
And then
it's
you remember
mighty
that the entire thing
powerful
about
and
Power
turgid.
Rangers was it was based off of Sentai Rangers, so of course it was anime as fuck.
Tail into a drill spear that kills basically everything in one shot. Seriously, it never lost a battle
Sheesh.
against anything Rita threw at it. So, why don't they always use that?
Damn! Damn, that's some penetration. Guys, I don't know. I don't think Mechagodzilla can handle that kind of penetration. Do you?
And
You're
Rita's
gonna need some
magic is
big protection
devastating
to
enough
handle that kind of
obliterate an
penetration.
entire floating island.
Sadly, Tommy would lose his control of the Dragonzord when he lost his powers to his one weakness. A magic candle!
Oh, no!
Look out for slowly dripping wax!
But powers or no powers, Tommy kept fighting the good fight, eventually regaining his original Morphin abilities with the Master Morpher.
Yeah!
Perhaps one day, the Dragonzord will rise again.
Dude, that one episode, I stopped watching Power Rangers after I think it was SBD, or maybe Lightspeed Rescue. Was it Dino Thunder? Either way, I never watched up to the Master series, and that one episode where he regains that power, I did get to see that, and it was so cool. Ah, and this theme.
The year was 1954, less than a decade after Japan was bombarded with the first atomic weapons. The nuclear age had begun.
But one of these atomic weapons woke something up.
Oh, no.
Godzilla!
Oh my god, it's Godzilla! Yeah, dude, took the words right out of my mouth, but in Japanese.
This ginormous radioactive kaiju decimated Japan. Things looked pretty bad until a scientist deployed a bomb strong enough to kill the monster. The Oxygen Destroyer, which does exactly what it says on the tin.
Right. Dr. Serizawa's
Whoa,
bomb could specifically
breathplay
target
in
and
my
destroy
Japanese,
oxygen molecules,
Godzilla
liquefying
movie?
most living tissue. This weapon was so dangerous,
Wait, didn't they play on that in the more recent Godzilla movies? I think they did, didn't they? I think I don't know. I haven't watched the Godzilla movies in a while. Everything with Godzilla versus Kong has been atrocious.
Serizawa feared its very existence threatened the entire human race.
So he went down martyr style, taking out Godzilla and all knowledge of his weird bomb. All that remained was Godzilla's bones.
Probably for the best. Still, a weapon like that
I
might
love
have come in handy
bones.
when a few decades later, another Godzilla showed up.
Surprise, bitches!
God, do you remember the Godzilla movie from like 2007? Where Godzilla went from being this cool enigmatic thing to just being a lizard? Not gonna lie, I kind of like the design, but that was not my Godzilla.
Turns out, Japan had been the target of many
Oh
different
God,
types
the
of
year
kaiju for years,
2000?
and had developed
Oh,
an
I'm so
anti-monster
old.
defense force to combat them.
Unfortunately, their super powerful maser cannons barely even scratched this new Godzilla. Just look at him. Didn't even care.
Like the Oxygen Destroyer before, Japan needed a new weapon to combat Godzilla. They gathered their foremost experts in the fields of robotics, microwaves, low-temperature physics, and someone
A
whose
great
work can
intro
only be
with,
described
great
as
subtitles and-
cybernecromancy. Together, these leading scientists developed a revolutionary weapon like
Wow.
nothing before
I
it.
can't believe democracy powered Mechagodzilla.
Sure, technically this isn't the first Mechagodzilla we've seen, but it's certainly the deadliest and the most unique. So much so, it was given its own distinct name. Kiru, a combination of kanji
Kiryu!
meaning machine and dragon.
Hear you? Sounds
Oh,
lame.
is that what Kiryu in Oh, what the game series that Kitty is from? Yakuza. Yeah, Yakuza.
I'll stick with Mechagodzilla, thank you. Standing 60 meters tall and weighing
Battery life 2
40,000
hours?
tons with
What?
full gear, this
That thing
badass
got less of a
cyber
battery
monster
life
is
than my
loaded
mobile
with
phone.
all sorts of weapons. Rocket launchers, rail cannons, grappling wires, spinning drill hands, a battering ram jetpack, and even retractable Assassin's Creed blades with an extra zap.
Sheesh! That's a lot of firepower, and yet that's still not enough firepower to be able to get around your mum.
And just like Zilla himself, Mecha G fires laser beams from his mouth. This twin maser cannon is twice as powerful as the maser guns that successfully killed other non-Godzilla giant monsters.
Kiryu is
Oh, wow,
certainly
a Godzilla
skilled in
movie where the
melee
humans
combat
aren't
and
trash?
is
That's
surprisingly
crazy.
athletic for its size.
Look at it go!
However, with its enormous arsenal, it is far better suited to long-range strikes. Like with its ultimate weapon, the Absolute Zero Cannon.
Damn.
Absolute
so
Zero?
It's like a super ice beam?
Okay, real talk. You know how earlier I was telling you that you can't be bringing up math around me? You know, I may not know much. But I still know that 0 times 0 is 1, okay? And if you times 0 by 0, like the absolute 0 is still absolute 0. You can't make absolute 0 into 1, because if 1 is 0 and 0 is 1, then your absolute 0 is going to be doing 0 damage, which means you're going to do 1 damage, which isn't enough to really be able to knock down Godzilla. I know this because I coded Godzilla to not be a little bitch like you.
As the name suggests, it unequivocally brings its target's temperature to absolute 0, or 0 Kelvin. But this beam isn't just freezing its target, it's literally destroying all of its existing energy at once. A practically impossible feat of physics. This results in crushing the entire—
Man! Human race capable of this, and yet I still have to pay £5 for eggs? That's crazy. What an absolute capitalistic world we live in.
target from within at an atomic level.
Oh my god, Zilla!
Speaking of which, Kiryu is actually built around the skeletal remains of the original Godzilla, giving him all the size and strength of the king of the monsters.
That means he got boned?
So it's kinda like they're pulling off a robotic Weekend at Bernie's with Old Man Godzilla's bones? Amazing.
Kiryu also utilizes biochemical and molecular-based DNA computers, which are actually based on real-life experimental technology.
This is science.
This infused Godzilla's own DNA to improve
look at that
operation
design.
speeds and give Kiryu subconscious motor control.
No one can ever deny
sort
that.
of a simple
As
AI,
goofy as it
which
can
lets
be,
it perform some limited
the design
actions
of
on
this stuff
its
is
own.
so awesome.
Exactly like my own Cyber Goose.
We have to realize, though, that this is kind of self-defeatist, right? Because a lot of people don't realize that Power Rangers is literally just based around the Japanese Sentai Rangers, which has its own merit. So really, this is just Japan versus Japan. Like, how much of a kaiju can we have fight another kaiju before it becomes slightly erogenous?
With the skeleton of a
I'm already
goose
turned
and
on,
some
but that's
extra
just
parts
me.
I had lying around, I say he's a masterpiece of modern science.
Well, he's got 2 heads now, so do we call him a goose or a geese?
It's a goose. Just one goose.
But
No. The plural, when you've got a multitude of things, is goose-eye. Like octopi, horse-eye, fish-eye, goose-eye, car-eye.
2 heads make 2 goose, therefore a geese.
It's a goose!
It's not geese or goose. It's a problem. And dinner. The problem is it's not in my belly yet.
Oh yeah, this version's much better.
Kiryu is piloted by Lieutenant Akane Yashiro, a longtime member of the Anti-Megalosaurus Force, and your standard self-loathing anime protagonist.
She thinks
Pacific Rim would shamelessly steal every single idea from Godzilla 10 years later.
she's worthless because she has no parents and accidentally got some of her friends killed. So now nobody really likes her, which is, real bummer. But hey, cheer up, lady! You get to fight giant lizards with a big-ass killer robot, and that's
Hell
freaking
yeah.
awesome!
Like
Akane
playing
doesn't
video
technically
games.
pilot from within Kiryu, but rather from a nearby jet plane, the AC-3 White Heron, which can fly
damn.
over 900 kilometers per hour. Under Akane's control, Kiryu has battled Godzilla several times, and always came out on top.
But plot twist,
Just literally kill the damn thing already. Sheesh.
Akane isn't Mechagodzilla's only pilot. It turns out there's someone else behind the controls. A ghost in the machine. It's the spirit of the original Godzilla! Surprise
Oh my
again,
God,
bitches!
Godzilla!
It's Ghost Robot!
The DNA mind of Godzilla can wrestle the mech from Akane at any point, causing her to lose complete control.
Giving the king another chance to trash Japan
I do love that idea.
again.
I think they played-
Always
didn't
fun
they-
to relive the good old...
Wait a minute, that was literally one of the plots from Pacific Rim. Oh, and also... Oh, no, wait, that was the sequel, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, they did that in Pacific Rim 2, which was terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was bad.
days.
Though it is strongly implied Akane and Kiryu came to an understanding of sorts, realizing that they were each shadows of a tragic past struggling to find purpose in life.
Like college roommates.
Regardless of
Wow,
who is steering the ship,
romantic.
Kiryu is an extremely tough machine.
He's lifted and thrown Godzilla.
So my metaphor that I made earlier of you're the white girl trying to be the dragon monster mech, who's trying to be the organic monster, who's also trying to be the person who's just trying to save the world. This is definitely some existential levels of internal soul searching that I wanted to get out of my Godzilla movie.
Godzilla around like a sack of potatoes, and this version of the Big G weighed 25,000 tons.
Kiryu actually survived being at the epicenter of its own absolute zero blast, and multiple direct hits from Godzilla's atomic breath attack.
Which is even strong enough to overpower the Absolute Zero.
Kiryu is even fast enough to dodge the atomic breath, which, based on this instance where an older Mechagodzilla forced the beam into space, likely travels faster than Mach 2
Okay,
speeds.
but okay, this is all well and good. Mechagodzilla kind of based by the sound of it. But now that it's a mech, does it still get Mothra as a waifu? Because if you don't get Mothra, then I'm sorry, but you are maidenless, you're basic, and I don't want to be affiliated with you in any way, shape, or form.
Kiryu itself could also fly from Alaska to the middle of Russia while carrying another kaiju in just a few minutes. Given how quickly Kiryu's fuel burns in flight, in order to make it, Kiryu was likely flying around Mach 40.
But that's sadly the Mecha Monster's biggest flaw. Its battery life is worse than the goddamn Nintendo Switch.
While the White Herons
Oh, they haven't seen the Switch. They haven't seen the Nintendo Switch 2 yet, clearly.
can use microwave tech to recharge Kiryu on the fly, a full charge only runs for about 2 hours at most. And using more intensive features like jet flight and the Absolute Zero cannon drains it much, much faster. In fact, just one use of the Absolute Zero drains 40%.
But who
Sheesh.
cares when he's so badass he can tear you apart in just a few minutes? With all this power
That's like
at his
turning
middle
your
fingertips,
mobile
this is
phone to
one
above
epic
80%
machine.
brightness.
No man or beast stands a chance
And yet,
against the might of
and yet, they have yet to harness the power of me. Because if they put me in there, I would have drained it within I would have drained 90% of the battery within 5 seconds. Because what that tongue doing, am I right?
Mecha Godzilla.
桐生お前にはわかるよねさあそろそろ行こうか
Alright, throw
Alright,
down.
the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I'ma be honest. I don't think this is even close. I think the Power Range is gonna win. I do. I think Dragonzord wins this.
But first, I've got a kaiju-sized hunger that only Blue Apron can satisfy.
By
Oh
now,
no,
you've probably
a
heard of
sponsored
Blue
section.
Apron.
Skip. This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, Godzilla came out of the woodworks and showed the Dragonzord who we will be. Da 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 da. Aww, Mechagodzilla's so tiny by comparison. So small. Alright, lock in, everyone. Lock in.
Ah, nice work, Dragonzord. Let's crush this thing.
Jason! Oh god, I wish that were me. Steppies for free? Oh yeah! Slurp that dragon up like a popsicle. The problem is, even if Mechagodzilla can, like, stand up to the Zord at the moment, the Zord has, like, 2 more modes that it can transform into. What else you got, Mecha Godzilla? What else you got? Wow, you sacrificed your jetpack. Bravo! Oh, absolute zero time? Time to waste 40% of your entire charge in one shot? Better hope you can dodge it. Oh, crap, that was cool. Ah, yes, I'm sure a plane will be able to stop Dragonzord. Damn, talk about parasocial relationship. Yatta! Man, that's cheating. This is pretty well animated though, holy crap. Big CGI fight scene. But why does he get, why is he the only one that gets the neck bites? What if I want to get the neck bite? Do I have to be a giant mech to get that treatment? Okay, whatever. I'll stop gooning.
This isn't working. We need more power.
Here we go. This is what I was talking about.
Together.
Oh, you fucked up now. You fucked up now.
Let's finish this.
Bring them together. Get drilled. Oh, come on, Dragonzord. Jason. Now that's what I'm talking about. Jason, you literally just powered up your mech and you're still struggling? What are you doing, buddy? Go on, penetrate! Penetrate! Excuse me? That's the stuff!
Keep going. We've got this. Oh no! Pull back! Pull back!
Damn! Damn, Tommy, your pullout game is weak! What? What? Huh? But he's got a giant hole in his chest cavity. How does that work? Oh, right. It's a Thanos moment. Should have gone for the head.
KO!
Oh man, talk about a close one.
Finding the victor here wasn't easy. Both have performed amazing feats of strength and durability, and both wielded massive arsenals of unbelievable devastation.
Akane definitely proved herself fighting Godzilla a few times, though Tommy did have way more experience piloting mechs and fighting monsters for years and years. Plus, he's a freaking superhero.
But while skill and experience are incredibly important, it doesn't always triumph over raw power.
That's what she
Yeah. Mecha Godzilla.
Compared to Kiru, the
biatch.
Dragonzord was rather lightweight, with far less impressive feats of strength.
said. Yeah, well, Dragonzord could match the Megazord, who could lift a 10,000-ton monster. Mechagodzilla tossed around a 25,000-ton Godzilla, more than double the weight. Mecha G certainly had the advantage up close.
And also from a distance. Kiru's arsenal was overall better suited to long-range combat thanks to a wide
So this is what inspired Elon Musk to get into robotics. Sheesh!
assortment of missile and beam weapons. Simply put, Kiru possessed more options for controlling and ending this fight.
Like how they both had instant kill moves, but only one of those depended on getting right up close. Plus, while Fighting Mode's max power wasn't too clear, it could compete with the Thunder Megazord and Rita herself.
Remember how Rita blew up an island? Easily one of the most impressive destruction feats in the Ranger's early years. Based on this image, we can measure the exact scale of the island.
To blow that shit up, you'd need a blast of at least 2.6 gigatons of TNT. So Dragonzord's Ultra Drill
Jesus.
Staff was likely in the same ballpark in terms of power output.
You guys think
this
anime's
pales
got
in
some
comparison
bullshit power
to the
scaling.
Absolute Zero cannon. Here, it's destroying the real-life Prince Hotel new tower and several surrounding buildings.
Nothing like a bit of landscape reshaping to say that your character's strong.
Using the known scale of these structures, the energy output to destroy them must equal 128 teratons of TNT.
That's over 49,000 times more powerful. And don't forget, Mecha once survived being in
it
the
wasn't
middle
even
of this blast.
close.
There was no way Dragonzord could put down this tough son of a Zilla.
Dragonzord's arsenal and Tommy's skills certainly made this an intense match, but they were clearly outclassed by Kiryu's awesome power and unwavering durability.
I'm just glad they didn't let the fight drag on.
The winner is
You
Kiryu.
suck!
Mecha Godzilla!
Oh, wow, okay. Well, that completely ruined my childhood. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this, if you are going to engorge yourself in some Power Rangers goodness, please let me know down in the comments, because there is definitely going to be some more Power Rangers stuff coming very soon. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Join us on Twitch, join our Discord, maybe check out the Patreon, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!